Does anyone of you have my phone? No, I'm serious. I lost my phone. Check whether you have iPhone. How do you do it? 794331. I don't know. Line busy. Everybody is calling my number at the same time. That's why.
Check, check. Check, check. Check,
It's
check.
an iPhone
Yep, 1, 2,
15
3.
Pro, the latest one that came up. Okay. Aisha, I think I kept it in the toilet in front of the near the mirror. I was talking to one of these girls. Why you are, yeah,
Yes.
ground upstairs. But it's not there in the toilet. I went to the toilet. Huh. When she was talking, I kept it in the near on the wall. Yeah. Okay. Adiru fene.
I don't hear myself now.
I don't hear any tanga hanga me fa hogut benduni.
No, no.
Yes.
Check, check, check. Check, check, check. Okay? All right.
Yeah. I want a phone. Oh my God. Inna lillahi wa inna ilaihi rajiun. Inna lillahi wa inna ilaihi rajiun. Okay, let's start.
I'm sure it's safe somewhere here.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
After heavy lunch break, and if you feel sleepy, coffees are behind. Serve yourself and have a good cup of coffee. Okay? Are you all ready for the next speaker? He is a dynamic professional with extensive experience in managing projects and programs, leading teams, and delivering quality performance. He has spoken at various prestigious institutions and organizations, including universities and industry events. As a national public speaking champion in Toastmasters International, he brings a wealth of expertise in communication and leadership. Let's give a round of applause for our Maxwell Leadership Certified Team Coach, Trainer, and Speaker, a passionate person about building teams and cultivate culture of leadership and organizations. So let us give a warm round of applause to Mr. Srinivas, as his topic is Beyond Words, Communicate with Confidence and Clarity.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. So, I believe it's on and check, 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 check. Hello. Better now? All right. So, I hope you enjoyed your lunch and I hope you're feeling sleepy. I hope your body is says sleep, your mind is says stay awake, correct? Yes, that's why please rise. Please rise. Now what I want you to do is that I want you to find a buddy from another table. Find a buddy from another table. Please find a buddy, and once you're found, stand face to face. Face to face. All right? Another table, another table. Let's move around a bit. Find a buddy from another table. And, okay? All right. Okay, so of course, you introduce yourself. Say hello. My name is James Bond. What about you? Yeah, introduce yourself. Yes, yes. All right, I'll let you give you 30 seconds for that. Go on, introduce yourself. Definitely, okay. Good, good. All right. Okay. So, I believe introductions are done. Okay, introduction are not interview session. Okay, just introduction only. Okay. All right. Now, I'm going to ask you to do something very simple. Everybody knows 1, 2, 3? So I want one of you to say 1. Like, for example, if she says 1, I say 2. Then she says, then I say 1. Then she says 2. Then I say 3. Easy? Very easy. But you need to decide who starts first. Who does the first one, correct? So I want you to decide who goes 1, who goes 2. Decide. Agree? 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 All right. Agreed? Good. Now all the ones raise hand. Raise hand. Give a high five to number 2 and say you start first. All right? Okay. All right. Okay. Good. Some of you are very excited. Some of you are not. All right. So now when I say start 1, 2, 3, the person says 1, 2, 3, then 1, 2, 3. Simple. All right? I'm going to give 15 seconds for that. Let's start. Okay, all right. Round 1 done. This is the basic round. Everybody, this is confirmed, qualified. Everybody knows 1, 2, 3. Congratulations. You have graduated from kindergarten. Okay. Now we go to the advanced level. Okay. Now let's go to secondary school. All right. At 1, you need to clap. Right? Let's do that. 1, what do you do? At 2, you need to stomp. Okay. At 1, 2. Okay? Let's do that. Now you decide who's 1 and who starts, and then whoever does 1, clap, and 2, stomp. Okay? 3, so far, just neutral. Okay? Enjoy. Start. How hard it is. Oh. Okay. All right. Okay. Yes, please. Yes, we can do that. No problem. But let me add to the higher secondary now. Okay. So 1, we do what? 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. Just like a tree. 3. Little bit of flavor of tone and music there. All right. So 1, 2, 2, 3. All right. Right? No, the one who says 3, do is as you're saying it, do it. When you say 1, you clap. When you do 2, you stomp. When the person's supposed to do 3. Not everybody do together. Huh? All right. And 3, 2, 1, start. All right. Thank you so much. Give a round of applause to everyone, on each other. And let's go back to our seats. I hope partially you have woken up. Rest next 2 hours. I will make sure you stay awake. That's my job. Right? So communication can be as simple as 1, 2, 3. But the problem is that things keep getting added on, right? I wish communication was as simple as 1, 2, 3, but it's not. It seems like that, feels like that, but in reality, it's not like that. For example, the simple question, who do you think is a leader in this group? Very easy. Who do you think? Just tell me the helmet color, back color. Just shout from wherever you are. Black clothes, black helmet. Okay, black, yellow helmet. Oh, what is your reason? Okay, you like yellow color, so that's it. Okay. Leader not here. So you mean the leader is one take photo? Okay. Or you say all our leaders. Okay. Any other answers? Yes. This one looking up. Yellow. This one. Because he's looking up. Okay. Good observation. Good eye. Looking up. Not sure looking up to talk or looking up because worried. but looking up. Okay, looking up is good. Yes. Which yellow? Yellow helmet, yellow. This one. Helmet. Okay, now we are two people for yellow. Any other color? Anybody else? You think? Yeah. Huh? Yellow helmet, blue helmet, the one who took the photo. What if drone took the photo? AI? You know, now the drones can follow. Uh, okay, the answer is I don't know. I tell you why. You only find a true leader when they communicate, when you're part of the team. If one of us were there, you exactly know who was the leader. You exactly know who can communicate. And I believe there are two kinds of leaders. One leader is the one appointed or elected sometimes or volunteered. Another is the one who gets into the group and starts talking, communicating. All they do is talk and communicate, and suddenly they become the leader. And that's why leadership and communication goes hand in hand, because you cannot find a leader who cannot communicate. And you cannot find a communicator who doesn't lead. So they go, it's like two sides of the coin. They go together there. Right, so we're going to talk about a little bit of that. But on your tables, you see some colorful sticky notes. You want to know why? Because you see that on a wall like this, a frame looks not nice, correct? So communication empty is not nice. This is what I want you to do. Pick up one of the sticky notes. I think enough in every table. Enough. Pick up one. If there are more than one color, pick up whatever color you prefer. Okay? Now, this is what I want you to do that. Everybody has a pen or pencil in every table. If don't have, raise your hand, because we have enough on most of the tables. I want you to draw a simple image which tells or defines yourself. Simple. It could be as simple as a heart broken. That's okay. It could be a double heart. That is fine. Any icon, any image, or you want to draw the entire city, I'm fine. All you have is 1 minute. In 1 minute, draw on your... That was shortcut. But I have to accept, because your drawing is how you define yourself. All right? So others who have not done, you still have 45 seconds. Go on. Draw an icon, not a line. Draw an image. Yeah, that one looks like an image. Okay, that one looks like an image. That one has become an image. Okay, that looks nice. That looks nice. Yes, correct. So if you're done, just wave hand and say you're done. Yes. Good. So everybody's done. That side, okay. Like, yay, done. Everybody done. Okay, all right. Good. Now, this is where the next one starts, right? Now, this is what I want you all to do. Please rise. My activity after 2 o'clock, and it's me being there. Trust me, you will be doing a lot of morning walk, evening walk, night walk. I promise you that. It will be a lot more less sitting, lot more less just sitting, and a lot more less moving around, okay? So, please rise. Find somebody from another table whom you have not spoken recently in any of the activities. Yeah, and find a buddy. Find a buddy who you have not communicated so far. Yes, find a buddy. Right? Yes. Now, when you have found the buddy, of course, standard stuff. First 30 seconds, introduce yourself. Fair enough. Yeah, introduce yourself. Fair enough. Now, my friend, nobody. Hello, he's alone. Fine, help somebody, help him. Yes, okay, he found somebody. Okay. Now, everybody, introduction done. This is what I want you to do. I'm going to give you 1 minute to share your story behind that image. Why did you draw that? How does that define you? I give you 1 minute per person, so total 2 minutes. And your time starts now. Why did you draw this? How does this image defines you? Okay? Yes, and he tells you his. So you got 2 minutes. Show them, tell them. Show them, tell them. What is your story behind that drawing? right, 1 more minute, 1 more minute. Both of you, you can talk more, you can talk more. Tell a little bit more. Done? Straight to the point. Happens. Two guys, that's the reason. Straight to the point, one sentence, story over. The end. Part two. All right, I'm going to give it 30 more seconds. Looks like most of you are done. 30 more seconds. For some of people are still rapping. You can tell a little bit more story. But 30 more seconds. If there's something else to add on. Okay, sure. That's fine. All right, okay, time's up. Okay, now this is what I want you to do that. Okay, find another buddy. Oh, find another buddy. All right, but don't start this time. Wait for me to tell you something. Find another friend. Okay, find another buddy. Okay. All right. Don't start yet. Find another buddy. Everybody got a buddy? Yes? Not yet? Still looking? Okay. I know sometimes it's hard to find a friend. This one's so good. I already start taking photo. Okay. All right. Now, not yet. Now, I want you to not tell your story. Tell the story of the previous buddy. All right? I want you to be next. Tell the story of your previous buddy, and you got 1 minute, and the time starts now. All right, time's up. Give a round of applause to each other. Yes? Okay. Now have your seats. Okay. Have your seats. Okay, take back your seats. Thank you. Okay. Right? Welcome back. And life with a curve. All right. So tell me, which round was easier, first or second? See, some people say second. Okay. You were ready for third, but no third round. Okay, later come. Okay. No. What I mean to say, talk about your story or talk about the other person's story. Which was easier? Easier, right? For you, your story. How many of you felt that when you told your image and your story was easier? Correct? Right. So I believe other people will say, I'm telling other people's story was easier. Raise hand. Right? Some people don't raise hand, no story. Don't be like that. They were like, both story fair enough, 50-50. All right. Now, thing is that is the basics of communication. We talk about ourselves, right? Personal communication. Then we talk to other people about other things, where third party are involved. When you talk about friends, you talk about your children and colleagues and this and that. Interpersonal communication is involved. Now, overall, it's still communication. And the thing is that what defines you is a lot more easier to talk than to live. And that's what we're going to talk about, what exactly is communication and who you are as a person. Now, when we look at a lot of things in your life, some of the things you look at it, yes, you have children, you have work, your colleagues, your professions, your friends and schoolmates, a lot of things we have in our lives. Now, my question is that if you can again take a piece of paper, that's why you wonder why you have so many, the colorful piece of paper. So it's going to be a lot of kinesthetic, moving around, conversations and all. I want you to write as many words you can write in one or maybe two sticky notes. What are you known for? What are you known for? It could be internal stuff, known for honesty, known for hardworking. It could be skills, external stuff, technical skills. Maybe some of you are known for fishing or very good swimmer. External, that's fine. Internal, external, up to you. As long as what are you known for by your friends and families? Uh, don't include the facts. I'm known, John will say that I'm known as British. Yeah, everybody knows that. That's not counted. Okay. That one you don't have to, that's facts, right? A little bit more of character, a little bit more of skills. The two things which makes who we are. Character, competence. Because that connects together to communication. Abraham's still thinking deep thoughts. Deep thoughts. What am I known for by people? Here in Jeddah, wherever. Doesn't matter. You can have 3 papers. One for Maldives, one for Malaysia, one for Jeddah. Okay. Right? Okay. Right. You can write few words. You don't need to write entire paragraph. Few words. Okay. Right? Now. Okay. Well, still writing. Good. 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 Done. All right. Now, the next thing is that another piece of paper. What would you want to be known for? This, write only the things which are not there in the previous paper. Oh. Right? Something which you want to aspire to be. If you're already known to be a speaker, then okay, I want to be a speaker. Then it's common stuff. Don't need to repeat again. Something you want to be known for, which is not in your previous, what you already are known for. And I'll explain you in a moment. For some of us, we are writing after so long, so used to swiping and so used to typing. Today too much have to write. Now we cannot use ChatGPT for this one. What am I known for? You should know better than me. What would you like to know for? Good question. Think again. Okay. All right. So if you have written that, the journey between what you are known for to what you would like to be known for, it's a growth journey or success journey. And that requires leadership and communication. Yes? Okay. Ask me. Ask me. Yes. Not recognized, known for, or well known for. Yes, yeah. Okay. You're finished? Okay, good. Right, so it means that, for example, let me give an example. If I am known for speaking, okay, but then I want to be known for internationally speaking. There is a gap, correct? Then I want to be known for highly paid speaker. Oh, that's the next level. Then I need to be more of a famous, highly paid speaker, internationally, globally known in Malaysia. That's another thing I want to be known for. There are multiple levels, right? But as of now, I'm just a speaker, right? Known a little bit. Known to who? My friends and family. And my LinkedIn network, little bit about it. Half of them don't even know what I do. We just became friends because we became friends, right? So, when Facebook was new, we added everybody. Now I wonder, who is this person? I forgot who is this person. Sometimes look at the name, who is this person? Look at the photo, I don't know. But it feels rude to remove them. So I just keep them. As long as I get offended, then I'll remove them. Still then I'm okay, not offended. So, simple reasons. So, right? So the thing is that when we want to grow, we got to understand that our journey of communication only begins when you know what you want to be known for. Because that's what you want people to talk about you. That's what people to talk about you when you are not in the room. Not present in the room. That is what is your real reputation or your real value when they talk about you when you're not in the room. So I've got another question. I will have a lot of questions like this. Okay, take a look at this. Okay, don't tell me I don't like watermelon, I will not buy. That's not the question. The question is that if you are the customer and he is selling right outside here, 1 for $3 and 3 for $10, what will you do? And you need watermelon. Let's say a scenario, you need watermelon. What will you do? This one you need to raise hand because, yes, raised hand. I'm coming to you next. Raise hand. Good, I know. That's why the maths. If you understand 3 for 9, then there's no need for me to show it. Right. I mean, if you understand the maths, no fun in this image, correct? So, what do you think? Are you going to buy, not buy, buy one, not buy? You will buy 1 for 3. You will negotiate, okay? Huh? Okay. There are 3 answers. Which one? Or buy one. Okay. Now, because there were 3 answers here, right? Uh. You go for bargain. He's going for negotiation. You're going for bargain. Okay. Yes. I mean, so you want to say $3 not enough? Give me $1.50. Okay, but still same price, huh? Same thing. 3. Oh, you're going to pay $10. Pay extra. Why? Why you want to pay extra? They're all offended now. He's like, why you are paying extra? They are not paying extra.
I have to come 3 times. So that
Ah, the energy and time, like I just pay $1. It's how hard it is, right? Yes. 1 for 3. Okay. Logic.
why waste $7?
Oh, forget about $1. Why waste $7? Correct. Yes. Yes.
I will buy 3
Each for 3. So he has time. He is willing to make time to go 3 times, queue again, and queue again, and spend $9. Correct? Okay. Huh? He looks unhappy. Well, I know. I look at him. He looks confused. I look confused. We all like, what's happening? Yes. You just want to have one. So money is not the factor here of your decision making. It's about it. And now the story goes like this, that one young man, like this friend, he comes to the shop and says, Uncle, I want 1 watermelon. He gives him 1. He takes queue again. 2nd. 3rd queue. 3rd. And he tells the uncle, Uncle, you don't know how to do business. I bought 3 watermelons for $9 and I saved $1. The uncle says, he smiles and no expression, very neutral. As the young man walks away with pride and excitement that he has conquered things in life, the old man looks down, mumbles and fumbles to himself. Every day, people come who don't want to buy watermelon, end up buying 3 watermelon just to teach me how to run my business. Right? Very often, our human nature is to communicate to others what others should be communicating on behalf of them, instead of communicating what we want to communicate. It's a very human nature. It's a very human. That's why some of you enjoy talking about other person. Right? I mean, like, yeah, because now you got more flexibility. Maybe when you talk, you added extra flavor. Little bit of salt, little bit of pepper, little bit, or you exaggerate a bit more. Talk a bit more, a bigger story, which even they don't know. Well, we all communicate for different reasons there. And that's why we're going to learn about how is a better way of communication there. But most importantly, we believe that we have to change the way we think, we act, we communicate, so we can lead. And that's the next 90 minutes, or slightly lesser than 90 minutes, is going to be what are the things we can change in our communication so that we can become what we want to become. Is that okay? Okay. Let's begin. First thing, we got to change our mindset. Now, everybody has some goals? Yes, sure. And I believe that goals is connected with you define who you are as a person in the drawing. Somehow, some link is there. Too many goals. Okay, now that is like football going on currently. Too many goals. Or some teams got 2 less goals. That's a big sensitive issue currently. You know, who's scoring more goals, right? Now, what happens is that as humans, we are very focused on goals, which is not wrong. But the thing is that John Maxwell teaches that we have to growth focus. What does it mean? Now, can anybody just raise hand and tell me your goal? Just for an example. Anybody? Yes. Okay. When you say professional speaker, which means that you want to be paid to speak, correct? Correct? So that just by speaking, you can survive, enjoy your life, travel the world. Yes? Partly means travel Asia only. Correct. Okay. All right. No, it's good to clarify, right? Because professional speaking can define. Yes. It's a good goal. It's a good goal, right? Because one time I resigned, I didn't find the next job. It's very painful. It's very painful. After 2 days, you feel it's no more freedom. So yes, it's a good goal. Now, thing is that when you want to say you want to become professional speaker, what is the say you get paid? Is it enough? Say you're getting paid every week to go and speak some part of the world. Is that enough? Yes. So there's a deeper part of goal, which is the growth. If you want to grow to become professional speaker, you will get paid along the way. If you grow to become the next job, people will start looking for you instead you looking for the job. Right? So growth focus is about becoming a person what is required to achieve the goal. Jim Rohn once said, strive to achieve $1 million, not for the $1 million, but in the process to become a person who has achieved $1 million. Because that is more valuable than just the $1 million. Then you can just put away the $1 million because you are a $1 million person. That is much more valuable than that $1 million. The journey to become something. And that is important in communication is that why do we communicate what we are? Now here we have people who are speakers, we have professionals, we have coaches and all. And some of you are into mentoring, internally, externally, professionally coaching, or within organization, you do coach as part of your role, or mentor people. And one of the important elements is that if we are not growth focused, we are only goal focused, the moment we achieve the goal, we are done. But the moment we are growth focused, goals are along the way. It's just milestones because we have a longer journey to grow. Because then our goals keeps changing. That's like goal point keeps changing because our growth journey continues. That's a growth mindset concept. Okay? Right. Now, I have a person. This person is, according to me, he put this on Facebook. Right? That's what he's exact. I took this photo from Facebook just to show you all. Yeah. He put on the Facebook and said, oh, last month May was Mother's Day. And this guy posted, my mother posted this photo because when I was young, I used to earn a lot of medals because I was a very good sports person. And oh, my mommy, happy Mother's Day. You know how I felt? I felt like this. All right? I felt like this. Wow. I mean, you can just say happy Mother's Day to your mother. Or why have to put this photo? I don't know, you're appreciating your mother or appreciating yourself? Or appreciating the mother who's appreciating you. So, but then I realized that, is this person a goal-focused based on these medals, or the guy is growth-focused? So I did a little bit of research. He's not my friend. Just to clarify that part. And you know why? Because this guy is this. Everybody knows him? Right? World champion? Right? 3 gold medals in Olympics, and every round he comes, he beats his own record. Now you must be thinking, you have won Olympics, what do you want? Gold done, right? But when you are growth focused, just a medal is not enough. You want to beat yourself. You want to beat your previous record. You think I'm a good speaker? You want to beat my good speaker kind of it. Not somebody else's good speaker. Now this is what I do better. I can do much better next year or next round. That is what is growth focused. And that's what he is. Every year he comes and says, I'm going to do better than myself. Now he doesn't compare. He doesn't have to compare. Maybe he's the only guy reaching to the finish line and look and can smile. His signature pose is what? Like this. Like this. Or look at the camera and do this. He can do that. Why? He's very growth focused. And that's what he says. I trained 4 years to run 9 seconds. Some people don't see results and in 2 months and they give up. When you are growth focused, you believe in long term. It's not about the next job. It's about the person you become when you get the job, or the person you're becoming will get you the job. It's not just getting paid. It's kind of speaker you're becoming, and you attract people who will pay you because the kind of speaker you are. We all are different kind of speakers. And that is it. And of course, if he takes 4 years, and I know that this training is not 10 minutes a day. This is literally 8 hours, 10 hours a day. Crucial training. Literally, that's a full-time job, 9 to 5. Right? So he does every day just to run the 9 seconds. And his records are what? 9 point this thing, 9 point this thing, 9 point this thing. He's somewhere there. He just milliseconds lesser. Right? He doesn't beat like, 10 minutes to 5 minutes. No. It's still 9 seconds. It's just the milliseconds. But for him, because his growth focus is important. And that's one thing we have to understand as communicators, that before we even communicate, what mindset we have. Okay? Because first step is definitely the mindset of a communicator or a leader who wants to do. All right. So now when you want to go to the growth mindset, we have some barriers. Some of us are here, coasting zone. No, here got nice beach, coast, river coast. What people do there? Just sit there, enjoy. This morning I went because Ibrahim told me, nice sunrise. And Shaheena told me 6 a.m. sunrise. So I put my alarm. I got up, I said, okay, sunrise. 6 o'clock, I went down. Nice sunrise. A lot of people still there, sitting there. I took pictures, of course. Sooner or later, you will see on Facebook. Sure. You take nice photos, you have to share with the world. So I did take photos, but some people have this attitude or mindset. What is the attitude mindset? I do as little as possible. Is it wrong or right? Exactly. See, my thing is that it's not wrong. But there's one thing. Growth mindset and growth focus don't have this attitude. And is it mandatory to have growth attitude? Not really. Come on, is it not mandatory to be successful also? It's not mandatory to be rich also, right? There's no rule that you have to become rich and you have to become successful. Not really. It's optional, right? Life is optional. Right, but then some people are in comfort zone. I do what I have always done. If it's not broken, why fix it? If it's working, keep it the way. Again, no harm. Why bother and try to fiddle with it? Keep it the way it is. Then there is another one. Some people go to the challenge zone. I attempt to do what I haven't done before. Now that's where this is. Now this all communication is with yourself. Because I believe the first communication is what you communicate to yourself. Because the first talk is the most important, is what, don't wait. Wait for the next one, then you take photo. Okay, the most important one, right? I can sense that. That's my communication, right? Wait for it. And the final one, and now you can take photo, is the creative zone. I attempt to think what I have never thought before. Because I believe that's where the real communication starts. Because why? You start speaking to yourself first. Before you speak, we talk to ourselves way longer and lot more than anybody else. Even if you're married or kids and everything, we have a lot of self-talk going on. And in this self-talk, these are the 4 conversations we are having. Not the same dialogues, but same 4 mindsets. Coastal, comfort, challenge, creative. Now, I don't know where you are. But I'm telling you, if you're growth focused, you are somewhere down. If you're goal focused, maybe here, maybe. Right? But that's still challenging as well. So now we have done our conversation with ourselves. Now we're going to learn how we do communication with others. Because what I learned about this communication is that our minds are very powerful. What you communicate with yourself tells a lot about yourself. Tells to you about yourself. Why? Because you cannot lie to yourself. We can little bit change story with our friends and family and our bosses. We can tell them. But your mind like, yeah, I know who you are actually made of. I know. And guess what? That affects our subconscious mind. That affects when we speak to people, it affects our authenticity in our voice. It affects our choice of words. Because deep down, you don't believe in that. Now, how many of you believe in hardworking? Yeah, you believe, right? Of course. I'm not a big believer of hardworking. I believe, how can I make it faster and cheaper and better? I'm like finding a better way of doing things. Why? How can I cut down my time, cut down my effort, and I will find a way to do. Right? So I believe, I'm not much of a smart worker, but I'm more of like, what can I improvise? Right? I always, for some reason, because my dad was very, very hard worker. And I saw him. I was impressed, not inspired. impressed because it's really hard work. But I felt that maybe there are better ways of doing things. And my dad was somewhere here, right? Somewhere mixed here because he was very safe. And I don't think it's just my dad. Most of our dads were parents were very safe. Don't broke it, don't touch it. Keep it the way it is. If it's working, that is good. Don't be so creative about it, right? We were raised in that generation. But today's generation is about challenge and creative. But in growth, in communication, it's about pushing the boundaries, speaking to yourself. And what is needed is that basic communication. What is important? So I'm going to tell you, okay, anybody knows that how many whole salt and pepper cases have we? This one. Yes, which one has more? Which one has more? Why? Particle bigger than salt. Any other reason? Because you require more pepper and salt? Okay, I have not measured it actually. I feel they're so equally lighter, but okay, maybe you're right. I've never weighed that part there, right? I mean, okay, possible, right? And yesterday I found out something. Yesterday we were having dinner with our previous speaker, yesterday's speaker, because Shaheena and all, and Imran was telling something that in Maldives people used to take sea salt and brush teeth. And I'm like, what? Salt? I mean, pick up the sand and, right, white sand. I know, I've never heard it. Because in India, I come from New Delhi, I grew up, and in my dad's hometown, they will take the neem sticks. Very bitter. Tried once. No, thank you. I go back to my brush. But when I said salt, I'm like, really? Why? He said, because it's soft, and it's definitely from the sea, so it has the salt, so it's overall there. So I'm going to tell you a story about the salt and pepper. Now, one of the reasons is salt has less holes because you don't want to put too much of it as well, right? That's one thing. So what happened is that outside a university, there was this canteen. This PhD professor, educator would go there for lunch. One day, they went there for lunch. You know the story? If you know, just be silent. Okay. You laugh later a bit, okay? Okay. Just act as if you don't know anything. Thank you so much for that. All right, so what happened? They went this day and they saw it's a transparent one. They said, oops, this is not right. It is in wrong bottle. They were like, okay, what can we do that without spilling that, how can we transfer from this bottle to this bottle? And they started calculating, doing all the maths and physics and everything. They thought, okay, salt had this many holes. We're going to put the straws, pour the salt into the piece of paper. From there, we're going to transfer the pepper into another piece of paper. From there, use the straws and put back inside it. So they were doing all the calculation. Then this waitress comes in. As the waitress comes in, and they say, lady, there is a mistake here, but we have found a solution. She says, oh, sorry. She takes it, opens the cap, exchanges the cap. And done. Got it? And they're like, oh, it wasn't. It's very human nature to complicate the simple communication. It's very human nature to complicate the similar. They were looking at the whole container, just swap the caps. Communication can be easier if we believe it's easier. And if that's what we are talking to ourselves, it becomes a lot more easier when we communicate with others. But if you don't believe in it, it becomes complicated. Because then deep down, your mind is telling you, are you sure? Is that what we truly believe in? And then when your mind conflicts with each other in the mind, the left brain, right brain, then the communication is not effective. So these are the common styles in communication. You have read it, so I'm going to quickly run through it. Passive style, indirect, people pleaser, apologetic, overlook things, aggressive. These are the people who come very aggressive, very direct, too expressive, dominant. They appear very controlling. Combination of passive aggressive, indirect, but sarcastic as well. Unfortunately, they are dishonest and self-enhancing. It's all about themselves. Now, the other two, assertive. Now, this is good. Why? They are direct, but they are confident as well. They express, but they have empathy as well. Which means we can be firm and still tell the truth. and then still smile. Especially when you have kids who do all the kind of tantrums. You can say, just don't do that. Or stop doing that because I love you. You can still do that. You can be assertive and not aggressive or passive aggressive. The dangerous one is manipulative. Why? It is direct. Unfortunately, it is deceitful. It has hidden motives and intentions. Determined but insincere. The difference between manipulation and influence is a very thin line where who is getting benefited. In influence is all about all. I influence you, so you win, I win. Manipulation means I influence, so I get benefited. I don't really care what happens to you. That's a thin line there. The whole prop is same. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, a lot. And one of the tests which I believe is called DISC, which does a lot of self-awareness. So if you have not done that, you can just Google DISC, not now, later, and do a self-assessment. It's a free test there. When you do DISC test, it tells you you fall in these 4 categories. That changes who you are as a person. Now, if your result says D or I, primary, which means you are by nature outgoing person. If your result shows C or S, it means by nature you are a reserved person. So what's the difference? Outgoing will go with mix around, will initiate and all. Reserve will sit back in a corner and wait for some familiar faces to go and communicate. That's it. They still talk, they're still friendly, but the circle is smaller. That's it. They prefer not to mix with strangers as much as possible unless really needed. Right? That is what. Now, if it is I or S, it also means you're people-oriented. Now, these are the people in their communication. They use the word like, I feel that. A lot of feeling words. They care. Is we there. Come on. And D and C is task-oriented. Is goals, results, deadline, when can be done. So choice of words tells us what personality they are, what personality you are. So your choice of words which tells me or anybody else, do you prefer people over task or task over people? Because for this side group of people, if I get the task done, everybody's happy. This side believes that if people are not happy, what's the point of doing the task? Right? This side says, oh, I'm rare. I go to the crowd, I get my energy, I get charged. This one goes to the crowd, they lose their energy, their battery goes down. They go back home, sleep, and they get recharged. This one suffered a lot during pandemic. Why? Cannot meet people. Very depressing for them. This one were very happy, no need to go to work, no need to talk to this. I can sit in my room, do whatever I can do alone. My me time is extended now. So they were very happy. Different kind of people were there. Right? This one can't wait to go out. So we all have this kind of it. One of the common ways of communication is our choice of words when we are who you are. At the same time, these are the things telling what are we focused on, people or task. So when you communicate with anybody, look into 2 things, either outgoing or they're reserved, first criteria. Second criteria, people-oriented. In their conversation, are they more considerate about people or they only focus on getting things done? Again, none of them is perfect. It's a combination. We all have 4 of it. We just have one of them slightly higher than. But how do we get it? There are 3 things which makes what we are. Number 1, our DNA, our parents. We got a little bit from there. Second thing, our environment, the place you were raised up. Now, some of you raised up in cities, some of you raised up in not cities. And your school, your people, your neighbors, what they believed in, that was your environment as you were growing up till the age of 12 or 13. That's all it takes. And the third was, when you were growing up, who was your role model? If your role model was those dominating, influencing people, you looked up to them. You wanted to be them. So it became part of it. Combine all these 3, that's who you are. And then people ask me, so when I grow up, can I change? Answer is, your inner remains same. But we learn to adapt. Why? Because if you don't adapt, you can't work effectively. You can't do your job well. So we learn to adapt according to situations, which is a good thing. But if you are adapting too much and not focusing on your internal primary style of communication, you get stressed out. Because we are doing more than what we are meant for. We are pushing our limits more than. It means we are doing out of our style there. That makes us tired mentally, and inner we get affected, and thus leads to stress and other things and all. Right? So now we want to share about connecting principles. When you're in communication, there are a few simple principles which is needed to connect. Right? Now I want to ask you one thing. Among you, who are the one who are full-time working? Just full-time professionals, okay? That's majority. Business owners, entrepreneurs, you have your own thing. Okay, few of them, okay. Rest people too rich. No need to raise hand. I'm too rich. I'm good. I'm all taken care. You know. So okay, or you're like, I don't want to raise hand. That's fine. The reason I'm saying is that because when you want to learn about connecting principles, the first thing in mind is people around you. It matters who are around you because you're going to communicate with those people who are around you. Now, who are around you? They are the few things, 5 things. First thing is common ground, right? Common ground. Remember, sometimes you talk to people, oh, same town, same place. When I tell people I'm from Malaysia, most of you said, oh, I studied there. I've been there. I used to stay there. What were you doing? Common ground. I'm like, oh, really? Just now I was talking to there, and they're like, oh, we studied in UM. I'm like, oh, I used to stay in Shalam. We're familiar. We talked about that, right? Very human nature. We are finding a common ground because we're trying to connect. It's a good thing. Second thing, our communication simple, salt, pepper. Sometimes what happens in our work and outside of work, we use some bombastic words or jargons. Why? We want to impress people. And there is a saying that when you try to impress people, you end up disappointing them. We will lose our connection. Because why? Because we are supposed to express, not impress. When you express, you build bridges. When you start to try to impress people, we build a gap, the gulf in between us. And that is important. Learn to express, not impress. Third is capturing people's interest. It's very human nature to talk about ourselves. But it's important is that to start asking questions of their interests. And when you see them, they are interested in certain topic, ask them a bit more. Talk about a little bit more. Talk about that part. Ask questions related to them. I'm like, oh, because now you're captured there. Because it's not about conversation. It's about connection you'll form later along the way. And then you talk about, you create experience. Because when they share their common stuff, when they share their aspirations, their dreams and all, you start connecting. That's the reason the activity beginning, you're drawing, right? And you were talking, and you were very excited and passionate about your drawing. So like this one is like just a curve. But I saw him like, I know, if you don't mind, where is your drawing? Yeah. When he draw this one, I said, where got drawing here? Then I looked at it. He just draw a line, but all together, it makes sense. Yeah. That's telepathy. I thought lunch together, think alike. What was that? This was smiley. This one, yours is like this. Can you show to her? See? Hers also like that. That's a small one, that's a big one. Just a smiley. You have something else as well. Okay, I know one of the nice one was hers. Can you show yours? She worked hard. Right. See, she worked hard. Got a crown. Got a lot more lines. She worked hard for a crown. I don't know her story. You can ask her later. But that part is there. But the thing is that, yes, you are just one line right. Huh? You know all about the crown. Of course, you come from the city of the crown, the country of the crown, the British. Of course, you should know about the crown. The whole thing started there. Okay, you did. So you want to tell a story? Oh, yes, please. Mic, please. Okay, let's do that. Okay. Check.
Where's my...
Okay. Check. Yes. You want to stand so you can take a photo also. Video is there. Otherwise, sound coming, video not there. Yes. Right.
Okay, so when she was telling me, she said when she was a child,
that she always wanted a crown
Yes.
because she thought she was a queen, because the queen's got a lot of power, and so that she could help a lot more people.
Wow.
But when the crown slides off slightly, she said the queen is strong enough to actually put it back on the top of her head and be more regal. So that was her story that she told me, which I passed on to somebody else.
Okay, all right, give a round of applause. Yes, thank you so much for telling that story. And that is impressive, right? Yes, yes, that's good. Yes, you want to tell something? Yes, please. Okay. Okay, yes.
Most of the times when we share something to another person, when the person shares it, there'll be lots of extra and less. But he shared exactly the way I shared.
So good communication.
Yes.
Yes, well done. Thank you so much. All right. So that was happening when you drew whatever you drew, and you were telling what you're telling. You're telling your perspective. That's how you communicate. You tell your perspective, your story, your life, how it connects with you, and all. That's what you do. You were doing communication. And when it's genuine and authentic, it becomes much more easier to talk about it. Why? Because you are not making complicated, simple words. But that's what exactly did. You did communication. And that's the thing which makes you authentic in all the relationships. Why? Because you're speaking from not your calculated logics. You're speaking from your heart. You're just telling something to another person, which means that you're sharing your life with that person. And that what makes communication effective. Now, there are the top 4 barriers in communication, right? These are the 4 barriers in communication. Those who want to take photo, wait for 5 slides. I tell you. You will know why in a moment, right? So these 4 barriers, we're going to go one by one. First barrier, assumption. What assumption is all about? Just to assume. And what happens? That's what assumption says. I already know. No need to tell me. Sometimes we don't tell people, I already know. But the way we behave tells them you're not interested in knowing. Our body language, our facial expressions, our playing with the phone, looking at the watch, tells a person, you already know. You don't want to know anymore, correct? And that is the way we communicate overall. Right? Why? What others want to know and feel, I know. It's okay. No need to tell me. Right? So if I walk around with all of you telling this is a good place to go, I'm like, yeah, okay. You're like, first time? Yeah, okay. But I know. Then guess what? You're never going to recommend me anything. Right? Why is this thing? That's right. So, second is arrogance. What does arrogance say? I don't need to know. Right? That's what arrogance say. I don't need to know how others feel and want. I'm fine. I'm not interested. That's what arrogance says then. I don't need to know. Indifference says that I don't care. You know. Arrogance is I don't need to know till I think you are important. Indifference is I don't care who you are. I don't care to know what others know, feel, and want. And finally, control. Control says, I don't want others to know. Sometimes we want that. We want to hide some information. I don't want others to know what I feel, I want, or I know. Hiding information. That is the first nature of a control. When we have all these things, and now you can take the photo, okay? I understand that. I can see that. Now you can see that. Right now you understand that. Assumption is, I already know. Arrogance is, I don't need to know. Indifference, I don't care to know. And control, I don't want others to know. I want to hide. Because why? Less others know, I am more in control of the situation, of the whole thing. Right? So the earlier what Fatima was mentioning, category 4. That's why we don't know many things. Why certain decisions are there? Because they want to stay in control. And rest, I don't want to talk much because it's being recorded. Okay. I want to come back to Maldives again. All right. I want to come back to Maldives again. It's a nice place. All right. So, okay. Right. But there are other barriers which are very human nature. One of them is it kills our communication. Why? People trust us certain things, and our procrastination affects the entire communication. What it tells procrastination? I'll do later. Tomorrow. Then Tom Cruise says, tomorrow never comes. Yes, tomorrow never comes. All right. So, and because our mindset is a later, we have time. We have enough time for that. Now, of course, sometimes you do have enough time. Unfortunately, I believe, like Malaysia, like India, if tomorrow is the deadline, today evening we start thinking about it, and tomorrow morning, like, okay, everybody queue up. Same, right? Yeah, that's why we are very connected. we drink the same seawater. So we have Malaysia also like that. Our tax, like, okay, by 30th April, 30th April, deadline, everybody on 30th morning, they're like, what happened? The whole country is there. I'm like, what happened? System is down online. Why? Same thing, right? Everybody is like that. I mean, like, and the thing is that why? Procrastination. And that affects a lot, because when we procrastinate, it affects everybody around us who are communicating. Right? It affects a lot of people around us who are communicating. Now, John Maxwell says clarity of vision clears clarity of priorities. Oh, you can wait for the last moment, which is fine. Let me tell you, I'm a last minute champion. She knows that. I'm certified, not certified. Award winning last minute champion. Hmm. Yes, it can. But the unfortunate part of that is when we don't communicate that with others. They get worried because they are not last minute. So when I'm into last minute mode, people around me freak out. They are like, hello, tomorrow, what? I said, don't relax. Relax. It's okay. No, cannot relax. I cannot sleep tonight because they are so worried. And that affects communication. But if they know you, right, and it's very clear, that's my plan, don't worry, I'll settle it tomorrow, and they know you can do it, then they can relax. Then the communication is clear. But if it's not communicated, they really freak out. Some of them start doing themselves backup plan because they're like, don't know what will happen. They already got backup plan created, right? Because it's not communicated. We're talking about communication. So when we talk about procrastination, how it affects our communication part there, and how it creates uneasiness among other people. That is crucial. Now, I am fine to do last minute as long as you get things done. All right? And if you can do a wonderful job by last minute, sure, go for it. Procrastinator is not always good. Like in book by Adam Grant, The Originals. Right? But the thing is that when we don't have clarity, our priority gets affected. And that is one thing, is communication with clarity. A lot of people don't have clarity in their lives. How do I know that? Because they do this and they do this, then they're busy with this, then they're watching this, then they're reading this, and they're thinking about this. Ask them what they want to do. One of this. Then you know that clarity. So if you don't mind, right? Can I ask you, going back to you, because you say you want a professional speaker, right? So in last, say 1 year, what is the one thing you have done every day or regularly to become a professional speaker? Read. Good. Speakers Club, MAPSA, right? Good. Listen podcast every day. Good. You joined it. That's it. Membership paid. Because joining a gym doesn't mean you lose weight. You know that, right? Now, just because you join a club doesn't mean you become a speaker. That because you got membership in a speakers club. That is very different than actually. But what else you have done? On the event? Good. That is good. Right. Why? Because when I talk about priorities, which means that what are you doing? Robin Sharma said, show me your schedule, I'll show you your priorities. Because your schedule never lies. And one of the best ways to understand your priority is how much clarity you have in your communication. Look at your schedule. The people you get more and more involved, your schedule will tell them more that. And never understand that, are those the right people taking you to the right goal? If not, then something is not right. People not right, time given to them not right, or your goal is not right. Something is not along the way. When you are growth focused, everything is aligned accordingly. But when you're goal focused, you do this, because anyhow you're going to make it to the goal. Right? So this is a movie, very old movie of Robin Williams. He talks about carpe diem. Anybody knows what is carpe diem? It's written there. Seize the day. Carpe diem, seize the day, boys. And he's a lecturer, and he talks about seize the day. And one of the dialogue, he says that, and I think the previous speaker mentioned, end of the day, we all are be buried. So he mentions a very different way. He says, end of the day, we all are nothing but food for ants. Or food for worms, he exactly says that in this movie. Now people are like, oh, but now we burn. We don't like, yeah, whatever it is there, you still end up in ground. We still mix up in the soil, right? We're still food for worms. Robin says, before you become food for worms, take a look in your lives. Take a look in your lives and make your lives extraordinary. Seize the day. So when you want to communicate with yourself and with others, the question you got to ask is, what am I doing every day to become that? Every day. Maxwell says that success is daily agenda. What we do every day becomes who we are. Success is all about daily agenda. See, if you're reading every single day, I read every single day. I don't read book every day. I read articles and I read other things. I don't listen to podcasts, but sometimes YouTube, sometimes this, that, but I watch here and there. Every day related to few things. I want to learn how to become more funnier, so I watch some comedies. I want to become motivational part, I watch some things. Some inspirational words and all I watch. Right? Because I believe in that communication and leadership and all those things and all. So I watch things, read books related to that every single day. Why? Because it sees the day. It's not sees the week or sees the year. It sees the day. So every day we communicate with ourselves and others, telling us what we believe in. Right? Because the longer you wait to do something, you should do now, the greater the odds that you will never actually do that. So this is what I want you to take a piece of paper and I want you to write that. Who are the people who you're going to communicate to help you to achieve your goal? Can you write, okay, you don't have to write 8 names. Can you write 3 names in your paper? That stays with you, no worries. This one you don't have to tell anybody. Write in the piece of paper or wherever, right? And who are the 3 people you're going to communicate? Now, they can be somebody who can mentor you, somebody who can guide you, somebody who can help you or assist you, or even give you directions to your goal. Who are the 3 people you're going to communicate so that you can become what you want to be known for? Thank you so much. Yeah, it's a Siri without the I. SRI. Okay. Yeah. Oh, yes. Later I'm going to share my LinkedIn so you can connect with me. No problems. Right? So who are the people? Later will come. Fatima will send me invoice on my behalf. Fatima is my Malaysian friend with Maldives presence. So any interaction in Maldives is Fatima and Shaheena. I go through them only because these are the first 2 people I'm connected, right? Yeah. Okay. So that don't worry, not take it seriously. Good question. So I need to find out your last name now. Otherwise, I'll get very confused. Because I know there are so many Fatimas everywhere. I don't know who's who now. Yes, it is. I'm sure there are few Fatimas in this room. Yes, I will not ask you to raise your hands because it is still won't make. I will not recognize anyway all of them. Right? So who are the people? 3 people who can help you. You want to communicate with them so that you remove the. Sorry. Oh, that's fine. 5 is good. 3 to 5, not more than 5. Why? You don't have time. You need to spend weekend with your family. 3 to 5 is a common one. We call it 3 to 5 is your inner circle. You meet them, communicate with them regularly. The middle circle of your life is about people. You meet them once in a month, once in a week kind of thing. Outer circle are the people you only meet them New Year's, birthdays, anniversaries. Those people are just relatives, friends, that's it. Once in a few months you meet them, that's it. Innermost are the people very important. Inner circle is the most important circle in your friendship. Why? Because these are the people who are going to challenge you. They will not please you. So when you want to have effective communication, we need to go to this relationship level. Two things. First thing, we need to become the people who challenge others, and we need to have people, the three people, one of them, not three of them. If three of them challenge you, you'll be disappointed. All right? Who are those three people? One of them should be able to, will be your cheerleader. One of them, right? Why you don't need three cheerleaders? Three cheerleaders, nobody directs you. One of them, cheerleader. Another is your challenger. They challenge. They challenge your thinking. They challenge your mindset. They challenge your way of process of how you think, how you communicate. Everything they do, they challenge you. But they want to help you. That's why they challenge you. Third one are the person who is your shoulder, the crying shoulder we call. When you're disappointed in life, you need somebody who just want to listen. That's it. You can sit and tell them anything. They will just listen and say, okay, good, it's all right. See you tomorrow. No feedback, no guidance, nothing. They are your crying shoulder. Now, coach will talk. Coach is the one who will challenge you. Because coaching is about asking you the questions which you are scared to ask yourself, and then you pay the person for asking the same questions. Who will tell you exactly what you should hear, and you know actually what it is. But because of the right questions, like, fine, I'll do it. He said, yeah, because you said so, you will do it. Not I'm telling you. Right? That's coaching. Mentoring is I tell you what to do. All right? So slight difference between coaching and mentoring. So you need those people, right? You need the cheerleader, you need the challenger, and you need the crying shoulder, the 3 C's. When you have these 3 C's, your communication becomes very strong. Why? You are able to communicate with them, you're able to communicate better with others. And you should be also one of the 3 for somebody else. It cannot be one way, it has to be two-way traffic. Like I take, I don't give. Not good. We have to be givers and takers both. Right? So when you have 3, make sure you become one of the 3 for somebody else. For somebody, you are a challenger. For somebody, you are a crying shoulder. For somebody, you are the cheerleader. Go, go, go. Whatever you do, I support you. It's okay. Right? So that's where we are. All right. So now we're talking about communication. The whole purpose of communication is that we want to get people to understand and connect with us. Right? But there is one rule in leadership which affects the whole communication. We cannot lead people if we need them. When I heard that, I'm like, John Maxwell, did you incorrectly said it or what? He said, no. We cannot lead people if we need them. Because say, if I need you, my communication becomes very different. Then my leadership to you is based on what I need from you. My conversation becomes based on what I need from you. But if I don't need from you, I don't worry about challenging you, telling you the truth, communicating the way in a very neutral way. Then it is much more genuine and authentic. Because I'm not depending on your needs. Right? So when we really depending on people's needs, it becomes a conflict of interest. How do I communicate? And guess what? When we need people, and in our communication, we become what? People pleaser. Because we need them. Without them, we are stuck. So like it or not, indirectly we become that. In our communication, we start thinking, what will they think? So every time we are thinking in our mind, what will they think? So what happens? Our communication is not based on our friendships or purity or authenticity. It's based on how the other person will react. Very much focused on that. It becomes on, what if I say no? They get upset. It's okay. Let me make one excuse. Some people say white lie, green lie, yellow lie. End of the day, the last name is still lie. Doesn't matter what lie. Right? It's still the same family. Will we still be friends? If you have people in your life, and while communication, you have this question, after communication, you have this doubt, I suggest you to rethink your relationship. Right? Because why? Because then your communication is not authentic. Something is not right. Will they get mad? Okay, now you're moving to toxic relationship. If they're going to get mad because of what you say, Rethink your friendship and relationship. Something is not right. I won't touch in a moment there because I have about 50 minutes. Oh, okay, good. Thank you. I wish I could say no. Right? And if you have that kind of relationship, you wonder why you didn't say no. All of you have childhood best friends, or you have best friends. Today's generation called BFFs. And when my kid is BFF, I know what BFF, right? So now you understand that these are the people you argued, you fought, you yelled and shouted at them, and then you said, let's have dinner together. Correct? And you wonder how. Because you don't have to do any of these things with them. These are the people you can communicate without fear, being who you are, right? And they will say, oh, nonsense, come, let's go have dinner. They can tell you upfront on your face. Right? They can tell you, and they'll tell you, oh, I have this great idea. They look at you, that was a stupid idea, but that's okay, that's you. And fine. But they can be honest with you, and you can be honest with them. That's a good connection you have. And the goal is to have that connection, that you don't get worried by these things. The goal is not just communication. Communication is good. Connection is deeper. When the connection is deeper, communication becomes smoother. When the connection is weak, just like signal, your internet goes down. Oh, that was you yesterday. I know yesterday one of the speakers, something happened. I didn't know it was you. I know one speaker happened yesterday that suddenly internet decided today is not there. I'm going to use Murphy's Law. Right? So you couldn't play some video and all right? Yes. Okay. Oh, well, happens. Right? So now, this is what the signs of people pleaser in our lives are. Okay? Subservient. Which means that you find yourself asking your team, is everyone happy? Everyone happy? You're so worried by that. Okay, that's not good. Because it means you're not connected with them yet. Avoid confrontation. Have a fear what others may think. The fear of confrontation is there. Even the right thing has scared to confront. That is not very good. Can't say no. You don't want to upset with them, and then you become the yes man or yes woman. Being reluctant. Agreeing with others when you actually don't want to agree, but you just agree with others. So when you have these things, it means we are in a relationship. Our communication is people pleaser. Then guess what? Our connection is weak. Our communication is not authentic and genuine. Right? So I am not teaching you how to talk properly, how to use nice words. That's very basic stuff. I'm teaching you the deeper stuff. Is that okay? Yeah? Because I know you all are professionals and all. I'm not teaching you verbal thing, basic stuff, choice of words. The one you can Google and find out. I'm teaching you the inner part, the hard part of it. All right. So when we want to work as a team, especially for those who are working, and everybody's working in a team. That's why everybody, earlier the game when she did that, everybody went to the team side. Yeah, Afif, welcome. I saw you. I've known Afif for a few years. I've never seen him in person. Finally, I see him. He looks the same like the photos. You can come here. Right? So when you're working in a team, first question is always, what's best for the organization? When you make a decision. Second is, what's best for other people in the organization? And third is, what's best for me? When you make a football team, now you're a good football player. Team, which you only got flag outside. Which one? England. France. Yeah, France. Oh, okay. Let's not talk about it now. Okay, all right. So the thing is, when you play any sports game or team game, right, the first rule is that every player has to think of the country they represent. Then the team, then they play for themselves. And there was one video I was watching with this player called Munez, and it's a movie about him. And he was playing and all, and this football coach calls him. He said, okay, I throw the ball, go and catch it. And he throws the ball, and he runs. Of course, the ball is faster. Then he finally catches the ball, and he comes. He says, so what do you learn? I should run faster. He says, no. The ball will always be faster than you. He said, okay. What it means that when you are in a team, you work with everybody. You communicate with everybody. in football, the communication, a little bit of language, more about the passes, right? More about the passes. That's how you communicate in the game, right? The whole game is what? We pass to the right person, we communicate with the right person, and the team which communicates really well really shoots the goal faster because the communication is seamless. And that's how, and in the matches, you can see how the communication is so smooth. There's no misunderstanding. Like, oh, no, I'm not supposed to. There's nothing happens there. At that level, communication is very seamless if you are there. Why? It's very crucial there, even in sports. Even in badminton with two people playing 2 by 2, the communication is who's front, who's back, who covers here, who covers up, who covers. It's very crucial even in sports, the communication part there. In cricket, in India, yes, the two players, very crucial communication. When we run, when we don't. This body language tells a lot. And what do? You play for your team, for your country, then for your team, then for yourself. And this one, the video that tells you, Munez, in the front of the t-shirt, whose logo is there? Any football team? Yes. No, in a normal football practice, the logo is of the team logo is there. And behind the name of the player. And he tells that this is more important than this. Even in organization, in communication, this, the team you belong to is more important than the person you are. And the organization values are above than team values and above than personal values. You got to understand that. And I hope there is no conflict there. Right? And John Maxwell says that in law of connection, before the leaders touch the heart, they ask for a hand. Before they ask for the hand, you touch the heart. And what connecting principle is talking about, it's about communication. It's about connecting with the heart. Before you say, can you help me? How much we have made effort to have the common ground, the principles, to connect with them, build the friendship, talked about things, shared about experience, connected with them before we say, come, let's work together, let's collaborate together. That comes later. First comes always connecting with people. And I'm going to show 2 things of how do we connect and communicate with people. One of them, we value people. So when you value people, we give them. That's what people do. They give their best. When you value somebody, you really give your best. And it's not about the money, it's not about the arrangement, it's not about anything. You just give your best when you value them. We are ready to serve them because leadership is about servant leadership. And, of course, we empower them, then we motivate them when you value people. In our communication, it's very clear, do we value people or we don't value them? When we don't value them, we devalue them. So what happens? Little effort, want to be served by them, we control them, we manipulate them. Our communication tells a lot more to other people. Are we valuing people or do we devalue people? Are we using them or are we connecting with them? It tells a lot. Our communication tells a lot to those people. Right? So have you ever been to a restaurant and the food was not nice? Yes. Oh, yeah. The way you are so loud, as if yesterday only it happened. So much emotions coming out. Okay. It happens. It happens everywhere. There are sometimes famous restaurants, right? It's part of it. And then what do? Complain, right? What else people do? You just eat and forget it, ignore it. Yes. Then come back? Or never come back. Yes. Oh, I wish it was still working nowadays. Okay, right? Some people, what they do, they go back and do Google reviews. Right? Sometimes anonymous Google reviews. Yes. And some people do what? They do different. They take video and do viral. Right? Now, yes. Huh. Yeah, we tell everybody not to go there, right? Very often we don't tell the person there and then. Why? Why we don't communicate there and then? We don't want to offend them, right? And one of the important elements of communication is feedback. Having the courage to give feedback as we communicate with people. Because that's how we learn. That's how we grow, when we give feedback. Feedback with genuineness, honesty, and at the same time with concern. But when we communicate our feedback, we need to remember 2 things. Either in our communication we care or can do. Sorry for the typing part. All right? What is care and candor? Care, we all know the word care. Right? We understand it very clearly, the word care. Candor means that you are honest, you're open, you're too frank, too straightforward. Some people say, I am like this, I'm too direct. Okay. That's me. And you're like, oh yeah, it's okay, that's me. I'm too direct. I'm just like me. That's my style. But there's a problem there. I'll tell you what is the problem. When you care, you value the person, relationship, shows of the weakness, you offer comfort, and you make the team pleasant. But when you candor, you value person's potential. All right? So that is good. Candor is good. Care is good. Candor is better. Why? Because you offer to be honest and tell them. When you want to expand the relationship, you bring out the strengths. That's what coaches do. They don't just care. Of course, your mother also cares for you. Right? Have you been a young kid when you wear a very funny clothes or various weird combinations, and what did your mother tell you? You look handsome in the whole city. Then you wear this funny combination and your friends will tell you the truth. Correct? It happened with all of us. You look great in this. You look like prince or princess. Somehow it happened with guys more than girls. Right? Girls somehow gets good ones. Guys will always have weird combination or something. Right? All the guys are smiling. Happened with me. Yes. And your mother like, you look handsome so much. Then your teacher look at you. Your friends like, what happened to you today? Then the truth falls on her head like a lightning bolt. But that's the candor is about. It offers you a challenge and it makes your team productive. So when you're in a communication relationship, it's very crucial that we don't just care, we move to the level of candor. We are honest, we are upfront. Of course, the choice of words is good, but we use the right words to communicate, but we are doing. Why? Because if you're always providing care with no candor, what happens? You are developing a dysfunctional relationship. Because you're actually not telling them the truth. American Idol, there was one place, these three sisters came, and they sat and they sang. And they felt there, and they said, how do you think you did? Simon Cowell asked them. They said, oh, we do great. Our family tells we are great singers. And Simon Cowell is bit upfront. He says, they lied. They lied. You don't. And these three sisters said, we can sing better than the Spice Girls. And Simon like, people are lying to you. You should stop listening to them. Let me tell you, you're not good. You don't even move to next round. And they were bad. I mean, I can't sing well, but I can tell they were bad. I mean, I can't even sing, but I know they were bad. Right? So, and of course, they are judging. The real judges are there. They all had the same thing like, no. Paul Abdullah says in a nicer way. The other guy says, Randy used to say a nice way. Simon Cowell be direct, those olden way of doing it. But then, a lot of people tell us very nice things, what we are not. And sometimes we become so nice to people in communication, and we care so much, and we slowly build a dysfunctional relationship. And we end up being people pleaser. And what happens? But if you all candor, but no care, then what happens? You produce a distant relationship. So what we need that, you got to understand that we need to have a combination. We need to have candor, not just care. Just one thing is not enough. Okay? Because people quit people, not companies, not organizations. They never quit teams. They usually quit the captain. They don't quit teams. They usually quit the captain. And that is very crucial who they're quitting. And if somebody quits from your team and you are the leader, think again. Think again. Something. Care, no candor. Candor, no care. The combination is not right. Right? Sorry? Children are very honest. They are not raised up yet. Till teenager, they are very nice. After 15, they have become diplomatic. Because then they are taught by father or by friends, don't say like this. Tomorrow also you need food. There is a difference between there, because one is being nice, and my wife cooks wonderful food. Sometimes I just tell her, I think the salt was less. The food is good. Salt was not enough. Chili was a bit too much. I feel a bit bland. So I taught my kids something which you all can remember. I tell whenever you taste food, don't say that food is bad. Say, I don't like it. Say, I feel it is too spicy. I feel it is like this. Don't say the food is spicy. How do you know? For spicy for me is not spicy for somebody. Sweet for you is not sweet for somebody or too sweet for somebody. Say what you think. That you be authentic. Right? All right. I think for me it's okay. If your husband is somebody like me who, as long as food is salt okay, sugar okay, I'm good. I'm not a very good judge of what is good food, great food all about. My kids are much better judge. My daughter can give a review based on how my wife cooked. Much better sense of taste. I don't. I just like edible is good. My standard is very simple. Maggie with egg with no shells, pass. Very low standards in terms of food. But I enjoy good food. So you can take me out. I'm fine with that. Okay. All right. All right. So when people quit, right? When do people quit in communication or in relationships? Not just in teams. Then we devalue them. In our communication, we tell them, hey, you're not valuable to me anymore. You are not worthy. You are incompetent. And when they feel insecure. When these are the 4 feelings they have in any relationship, which we have communicated with them, they walk away in the relationship. Sooner or later. It's just a matter of time. So we understand, are we communicating these things directly or indirectly by our choices of words or not to these people? All right? So what is the calculation? This one I learned from Maxwell. Connectors. Go back. Yes, please. Okay? All right. Connectors. What people know, what people see, what people feel, that becomes inspiration. It's always a combination. Right? Wait. Now, Ken. Oh, sorry. Now, Ken. Okay? Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. Okay, taken, done. Right, okay. You have to be a little bit faster. Because your time he's not stopping the time for me when you take photos. Okay, still got time. Still got 30 minutes. Okay, not enough time. All right, so now understand what people know. They want you to understand and you're focused on them. How do you know that? In your conversations, they know. In the conversations, we know. I believe, like me, many of us, we have such a distractions. Even now, some of us will pick up the phone and look at the phone when nobody messages you. You are just checking, maybe there is a message. Maybe there is a notification. Maybe there is something. Why? Because in today's world, we are so distracted by social media and so many apps and this and that. We constantly feel that something will be there. And of course, there's so many apps. Of course, one of the app notification will be there. Definitely. Not important one, but it's there. And we're so tempted by that. But if you do it too often, that's why people say what they see. But when you connect with them, they see your conviction. When you speak with conviction, credibility, and character, this is what people see. When you see this thing, and they know that you understand them, you focus on them, and how they feel, in your communication, if they don't feel your passion. Remember the drawing you did? If you spoke with passion, I think she spoke with passion. John remembers it exactly. If you spoke with passion, they will remember your story because you communicated with passion, with confidence, and with your gratitude. And if these things are there, the language of this passion, confidence, and gratitude is there, your words, your communication becomes inspiration for people. And we all have the ability to be that. Right? This is one principle John Maxwell shares in his book, 25, 50, 25. Which means what? You will always have 25% of people who will love you whatever it is. It will never be 100. Never be 100. 25%. More or less they will love you. Whatever you do, they're good with you. And there will always 25 people, whatever you do, they will not like you. So what we focus? We focus on the 50%. Right? We don't focus on the last 25%. Why? Why is not liking me? That's fine. They have a reason not to like you. You don't want to find the reason. It's okay. Everybody has a choice. We call it democracy. Right? They have a choice not to like you. That is totally fine. But the thing is that we focus on the 50% because they have still 50-50. They have not decided they're okay with you or not okay with you. So in your communication, these are the people you are making your efforts. The connecting principles. These are the people you're making your efforts. Because these are the people you're learning to connect. You're talking to them. You're communicating with them. You're being yourself. Because these people will there with you. And if majority of them come this side, you have much better communication, much better success, much better relationships. Because you are able to feel more people around you who you are able to communicate without pleasing them, without needing them. Then you are moving better. Now, this is what I want to take a piece of paper. Right? Everybody got a small piece of paper? Yeah, of course. Why not show a piece of paper? I know there's a big piece of paper. Shaheena, we're not going to use the big one because I look at the tables. So we'll only use the small ones. That's okay? Yeah. Because I asked her to do the big flip charts. Then I realized everybody has to get up, move to one corner. So we just go to the small papers. Now, this is what I want you to do that. According to you, in an organization or in a team, from priority 1 to 5, or starts bottom 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is the bottom is the most important one, goes work all the way up. How does it goes up? Right? If what I want to do is, I want to draw this thing. Now, some of the tables got white papers, correct? Use the white papers. Bigger one. You want to use small one? Okay, no problems. Small is fine. Big is fine. Your own book is fine. Doesn't matter. That is totally fine. What I want you to do is that in this particular thing, I'm going to show this thing, draw this thing. Now, I want you to put the words. Right? Remember, the bottom is the foundation. The top is will come, the outcome. Okay? Yeah, what do you think? Now let me make it a little bit easier. Discuss with your team in your table. I know, that's why. If it is easy, I'm not helping you to think. Right? So, you draw this thing, then in the bottom is which one? Discuss within your table. This table, 4 people, better discussion. 2 people, still okay. 1 person, you can find another table or write yourself. Right? In the pyramid, what is the foundation? The most important thing for any team. Most important thing at any team is in the bottom. You can discuss with the table. And then you decide. You know this thing? Okay, then you don't talk. Earlier I told her something. You know this, then you don't need to talk. I'll let them discuss then. I'm not surprised you know this thing. Right, you did the triangles? That is the foundation. Remember, the bottom is the foundation. It's a foundation. What is the foundation of any team, any organization? Yes. Yeah. How can that be foundation, right? Goodbye. All right. Now, if you believe that they all are negative, which means that's a root cause of the problem. That's a root cause of the problem. This will make organization weak. These 5 things. So what is the most crucial thing in the bottom? These all are negative things. Yes. Okay. Good discussion. Good discussion. That's what I want. Right. Yeah. You are on the track. Right or wrong, you will know in a minute. All right. So this is the 5 things which every team which is not doing well, every organization not doing well will have these things. But the bottommost is the most crucial one. Which one is that according to you? All right. So let me ask around. Okay. 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 All right. This is for an organization which are having challenges, their teams have problems, dysfunctions. These are the 5 negative things. Teams which are not performing, organizations which are not performing will have that. So according to you, what is the foundation, the most important one in the foundation of it? Which should be the bottom? The first thing to fix. The first thing to fix. Good, okay. All right, I'll ask you in a minute. Let me clarify. In a minute, we will know the answer. Welcome back. Very relax, relax. We'll come back. We'll come back in a minute. No, because others also writing, so I'm going to give a minute more. All right, everybody, you almost done. Are you alone? Oh, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Oh, okay. Ouch. It's okay. It's okay. Now you don't have to discuss. You can just write. Whatever you think, whatever you feel like writing, you can just write. Yeah, more power. Sometimes is okay, not long term. Short term is okay. Okay, so everybody, according to you, what should be in the bottom? Trust part. It means lack of trust, absence of trust is the most crucial. Anybody has any other answer in the bottom? Lack of commitment. When the team has no commitment, that's the big root problem. Okay, any other answers? The bottom one, yes. Lack of? Oh, avoidance, is it? Accountability. No accountability. That is a major problem, correct? So we'll go with 3 different answers. Anybody else? Inattention to results. Because they are not focused on results. That is the foundation of it. Okay? Anybody else feels lack of commitment? That's why you feel that lack of commitment is the foundation. So, all right. Let's see what the book says. The foundation of the most challenging in every team is what? You can take photo, no problem, man. Okay? So this is the correct one. Absence of trust. When the team which doesn't communicate, it builds no trust. When there is no trust in a team, it moves to what happened? People are afraid to have conflicts. Now, is conflicts good? We should have healthy conflicts. No conflict, I'm worried. Sometimes I meet people who are 2, 3, 4 years married. We never had fight. I'm like, seriously? Yeah, we are very understanding. I'm like, I'm worried now. I'm really worried if you 3, 4. First year, I get it. The second year, I can accept. Third, fourth, fifth year, I'm really worried. Are you even talking to each other? Right? Those who are married, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Correct? Right? So fear of conflict. When you have fear of conflict, you don't expect commitment. Why? I expect from you, you expect from me. It's fine. I do what I do, you do what you do. Let's not disturb each other. Then, what happens? When there's no commitment, accountability issues. Then we don't talk about accountability. Because everybody's playing their own game. And no accountability there. When you have no accountability, finally, no results. Now, what happens when there is lack of trust? What you can do in a high-performing team? I'm not going to go do details because next session, Afif is on high-performance teams. All right? So, take photo, no problem. I think I should just pass you the slide later. Settle. Yes, ma'am. Sure. I can sit also. I've got no problem with that. Come, my friend. Before they tell you to go aside. Okay. So run faster. Okay. All right. So remember, functional team, high performing team, the difference is that when you have trust, you share weaknesses. When you don't have trust, you hide mistakes. Right? You hold grudges. When you have fear of conflict, it means when you have good teams, healthy debates, healthy conflicts, right? And they challenge poor behavior. They don't tolerate. When you have conflicts, dysfunctional team, what happens? Avoid people, avoid problems. They don't confront. I don't disturb you, you don't disturb me. Okay, let's not talk about it. What happens? It leads to lack of commitment. High-performing teams, objectives are clear, pride is clear. Dysfunctional team, what happens there? They don't commit. Objectives not clear, pride is not clear, direction is not clear. They keep having meetings and not going anywhere. Right? Too many meetings, but no direction. Then it leads to what? Accountability. Poor performance is dealt with. People understand, I know my role, you know your role. We are very clear. Right? Everybody not on defense, everybody not on offense. Goalkeeper is not going all the way to shoot the goal. Now we know our roles and responsibilities. But poor teams or dysfunctional teams, what happened? Ownership is missing and poor performance is tolerated. And finally, lack of result. Everything leads to lack of result because they are focused here, they focus on own results, not team results. They are focused on personal performance rather than team performance or organizational performance. Right? They are too much motivated by personal agenda rather than organization direction. Now, one of the things, have you all heard of this thing called ROI? Okay, I'm not going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about something called COI. ROI is about return of. Now, every organization, you are sitting for 2 days, yeah? There's some return you should have. It should change your life. You go back, your communication changes, your leadership changes, you start using your Copilot or ChatGPT. Right? I can only talk about what happened today. Then you work as a team. Now, what happened yesterday? I don't talk. I didn't see that. Okay. So, right? So you do that part there. Yes, please. Oh, this team is not fun to be it, but what happens is that in this team, you get fulfillment. This team, you get satisfaction. Not always, sometimes. Now you must say, what is different between satisfaction and fulfillment? When you cook your food and you eat, you love it, we call it satisfied. You can afford it, you can buy it. When you make a meal and you give to somebody who doesn't have the food, you give to an orphan, you serve to other people and you see them enjoying it. You see the smiles and you haven't eaten yet. That's fulfillment. Sorry? I believe it's not wrong to be satisfied, but it's wrong only to focus on satisfaction and not moving towards fulfillment. Because when you are in leadership, it's about others. Personal performance is great. That's the first step. If you're not good on a personal level, how can you lead others? Now you should start, leadership always begins with me. But then that is not enough the moment you start getting people involved. That's when you start moving, leading others, communicating with others. Because communication, self is important, then you got to talk to others as well. You cannot be talking to yourself all your life. You're not that much of expert. Right? And that's where the real thing comes in. So yes, in the beginning, this may think easy life. But end of the day, when the results start affecting, somebody keep getting critical. When this thing happens, right, you know what happens? We call it the most famous game in the world. More important and more happening than football. It's called the blame game. Everybody in the organization worldwide plays the game. Right? Why? Because not here. So somebody gets, oh, who did this? Who did this? Who's not responsible? Who's accountable? The blame game starts happening here and there. So then it's no more fun. Till then it's fun. Till then it's fun. Yes. Right? So, but this one grows. This one is growth focused. Right? So you understand that part. Okay? So, COI means cost of inaction. ROI is great. Cost of inaction. When we don't communicate with people, when we see something wrong, it does lead to something. And cost of inaction is way more heavy and expensive than anything else. Not just in financial aspect, in a personal, in an emotional aspect as well. When you don't take action and things go wrong, trust me, the guilt is very heavy. Because you know that you could have stopped it. You know that we could have fixed it. That is cost of inaction. And we do nothing about it. Sometimes we see people around it and we feel like we're being nice and kind. That is care. But when you're candor, you are nice and kind and still tell them the truth. Candor. When you're candor, then you take some action. Is it the best action? Maybe not. But you learn along the way, but you take some action. Because the cost of inaction is the one which brings organizations down. And if you look at this one, what happens? You don't challenge people in action. Right? When you challenge people, it's good conflict. Don't confront in action. Won't commit and don't do anything about it in action. Poor performance is tolerated in action. Poor performance, team turnover, focus on results. Everything is seeing things and not doing anything about it. Cost of inaction, COI. And higher you go, less about ROI, more about COI. At certain level, it's about how much invest, how much money, all calculations. The higher you go, it's about team. It's about morale. It's about unity. It's about vision, mission, direction, clarity, priorities. There, COI becomes more important than just ROI, because COI leads to ROI. Right? So what we do in our organization, we got to create an environment which is psychologically safe. Right? Don't worry. Next photo you can take with explanation. I design slides. I know who you are. I mean, that's my job as a trainer and a speaker, to understand my audience. Okay? Right? So these are the kind of people you need to be there. So when you have an inclusive environment, what happens? People feel valued. We don't go to restaurants because the food is good. We go to restaurants where they make us feel valued. They make us feel belonged. We hang out with those friends who make us feel belonged. We go and hang out with those classmates who make us feel belonged and valued. Not with those who are going to spend money on us. That's not always the thing. Right? Make us feel valued. We treat fairly. Include others. And that's where they openly contribute. When you have inclusive environment. When people are safe psychologically, they feel included, they do these things. When the environment is learning environment, guess what? They ask questions. Are you able to ask questions to every of the speakers? Which means what? Every trainer made the environment here today so you can just raise up and ask questions. So you don't have hesitate to ask questions. Though you are seeing us for the first time, at least for me for the first time. Venkat also first time. But you ask questions here and there. Mentioned that we made your experiment like it's okay to ask questions. It's okay to experiment. It's okay to comment. Why? Explore. We learn from mistakes. The environment is created that way. Then you create an environment of collaborator. Why? When you connect with each other, then people have open dialogue. We debate. We disagree. Now, I'm part of Toastmasters. That's why I know Afif, Afia, and I should call you Afia. There are too many Fatima here. And John and few others I know because of Toastmasters. And one of the things, what we do is that when we work in teams, we debate. We disagree with things. And we know that the whole purpose is for the organization, not personal. Organization's goal ahead. When we do that, it's good. And finally, an environment which allows people to speak up, express their ideas. When in your team, people don't hesitate to communicate the great ideas. Long time ago, there was a guy who was very bored as a programmer working in this company, Nokia. He decided, since I'm too bored, I'm going to make this game called Snake Game. How many of you knows Nokia phones? Do you remember this game? That was the only game. What else was there in Nokia those days, right? Everybody has played Snake Game. He just did it because he was too bored. And guess what? The workers who were doing the testing loved it because during the break time, they could play the game. But the management said, this is a telecommunication company. We are too serious. A phone has no place for games. Remove the game. The moment they removed it, the entire 50% or majority of people protested against bring back the game. The management had no choice to bring back the game. And Nokia picked up. And guess what? It was the same management who didn't learn later. Because what happened? At one time, they finally, they fixed it. But the mindset was not growth mindset. And years later, they hesitate to change. Right? It was the same mindset. What mindset? Environment, express, speak up was not there. Was not allowed there. But there was another company where if you want to disagree with any of the newest ideas of your team, you need to write a report, put on the wall, and let everybody read it why you disagree with the ideas. So what most people do, whatever idea, just do it. That pushed people or forced people to allow them to come up with ideas. And one of the idea was AWS, Amazon Web Services. That's really money making for Jeff Bezos. Because that made Amazon what Amazon is today. Amazon is literally the grandfather of every e-commerce company we have. Correct, sir? Technical person. Double check. See, verify, collaborate. Okay? And that's it changed the whole game. Today's small companies are there. Come on, Amazon was the first one to come up. AWS changed the whole way the world works today. Because this one guy came up and said, we do sell things like this. We can have this. The whole concept of e-commerce and all. That's what it changed. And there was one guy who felt that, Microsoft, that part was not the best, right? So what we can do, instead of just being a research company, we come with something called Chrome. And when Google came with Chrome, Sundar Pichai came up with that. He built up the whole Chrome thing, and most of us use Google Chrome, right? I know you're very connected with Microsoft, but Chrome is still better. Huh? Not everybody is. Somebody still use Bing. It's okay. You can Bing. I'm okay with that. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. We are very fair. We allow you to use that. We have no objections with that. Right? It's okay. I know you are the one. I challenge the norm. That's fine. Enjoy. We allow the space to do that. Right? You understand that? So all these people, they had the environment. Guess what? You can have greater environment. The best communication is when you create the environment of communication. Allow people to express and share and connect with one another. Connecting with empathy. So I'm going to end this thing. This is what I want you to do, the final thing. Because I have, how much, 15 minutes more, if I'm not mistaken? Correct? All right. So this is what I want you to do that. Choose one word and write in your sticky notes. Only choose one word. Based on, let's say, last week, how was your feeling? That one feeling you had last week, choose one word and write it down. Just write that one word, okay? If you're done writing, please stand and find somebody who also have written. Is it okay? She's written, she can stand. All right, okay. She has done. You can connect with, talk to her, buddy. Right, one word. Once you're done, stand, find a buddy and share them. Why did you choose that word? I want you to express, be vulnerable, no need details, but just express with that one person. All right? Find with that one person. You have done? He's done. She's done. Find the one person, tell them, why did you choose that word? Why? You're finding somebody, you got a lot of people there. She's there, you can talk to them. Yes, anybody's fine. Okay, oh, cross. Okay, you can talk to him then. There, behind you, standing alone. That's okay. You can repeat. That's fine. You can repeat. It's okay. It's a different activity. She's there behind, standing alone. Ibrahim is there alone. Explain, huh? Explain. Why? Explain. She's there. Please. Yes, why? All right, 30 seconds more. 30 seconds more. Done? If you're done, you can have a seat. Okay? If you're done, you have a seat. Come back. What was that? Grateful? Great. If you're done, have a seat. Have a seat. Okay? What? I didn't also count. Right? Yeah, about 42, 41. All right? If you're done, have a seat. Have a seat. Okay? Come back. All right? All right. Now, again, take a piece of paper. Now, I want you, how you felt again last week. Choose one of the words. How you felt last week, one of the words. Choose it. Find another person and talk to them. Choose one word. How you felt last week. One word. It can be same word. Sometimes, but this is, if you look at it, it's more negative word. It's, right? This is positive, this is negative. Emotions. We're talking about emotions. How you felt. So it can be some common words, but it look in different direction. So, yeah, but no, he's done. He's still looking. He's still looking. She's finished. She's finished. Okay, she's going around. There. Yeah. Okay. My friend, come out. People can't see you from here. You stand at least here.
So it's not a common word, right? Anybody.
Anybody is fine. Oh, she's standing there. There. Find somebody. All right, have a seat if you're done. Anxious. Okay. I can have the same feeling yesterday. I would say the same thing. Anxious was one of the things I felt. And if you're done, have a seat, have a seat. Have a seat. All right. If you're done, you don't have any of them. I should have at least one. Not now, okay. Too positive. All right. Okay, have a seat. So the first one were more towards positive words. Sometimes you feel that. Second one is sometimes, I will not say negative, but I will say these are the ones which kind of make us a little bit sad at times, because I believe emotions are emotions, not negative or positive, not good or bad, because they are who they are, and we are not our emotions. All of us at one point in time, we get angry, we get upset. Doesn't mean we are an angry bird. Right? Doesn't mean just because we get angry doesn't make us an angry bird, because we are who we are. Right? But it's important to acknowledge that part and say, yeah, sometimes I feel that. And that's what is communication, to be vulnerable, to be able to share with the people who we know we can connect. The 3 people I mentioned, you're able to talk to them. 3 to 5, he has 5. 3 to 5 people, you're able to talk to them and share both of these kind of things, and they will help you. Right? So towards the end, this is what I want to leave you all with a small story. It's good to learn about communication, and I'm sure in last 2 days we have learned a lot. But the most important thing is that take action. Why? Ideas are great. It's the execution which really matters. Right? Otherwise, it is just something which you get inspired, go back, and then. So before you leave today evening, after the final session, make at least one decision or one action you think, and go back, think about it, and tomorrow say, this is what I'm going to do. Take one action before you sleep. Why? Because the moment you sleep and get up, well, life will bring you new challenges. So before you sleep, decide one action. So I'm going to share about something which I've done recently. I believe in dreaming big. So recently, I didn't go in balloon. But that's a nice photo to show. All right. I didn't go on a balloon yet. So yes, one day maybe I'll go to Turkey and then I'll try that one. Right? So I believe in dreaming big. So recently what we did was Toastmasters International was celebrating 100 years of anniversary this year. So me and my friend Bhavani, some of you know her. She's part of MAPS, Malaysia Association of Professional Speakers, and our Toastmaster District Director called CP. We were just having a lunch, and we thought what we're going to do for 100 years anniversary. Should we organize something? Should we do something? Along the way, she said, what about we do a lot of trainings? I'm like, yeah, okay, a lot of workshops. We are a learning institution in a way. We we do that. And we said, since we are in Malaysia, part of District 102, Maldives' clubs are part of District 102. Thank you, Afif and Afia, because they were the first 2 people who initiated. And China missing? Okay, but she was also there. Right? So we started that, and we decided to do 102 hours of trainings and workshops non-stop. It starts on Monday morning, 10 o'clock. Day and night stops at Friday evening, 4 o'clock. Was it crazy? It is. Yeah, because why? Because every day from Tuesday to Friday, I got trainings 9 to 5. My Bhavani has a conference happening of facilitators. CP has his job going on. So like, how are we going to do it? Simple. No village is built by a person. No man is an island. We need a team. So it was 2 weeks before it, and we said, we're going to do it. We decided to do, and we got speakers from different. Fatima was one of our speakers there. He attended. Aslam, right? Aslam attended. I'm surprised because evening I see him, morning I see him, middle of night 2 a.m. I see him. I'm like, bro, got no life, so good. Why? Evening walk, he's walking on the park and like, hello, I'm attending. I'm from Maldives. People are excited. And he was day and night. I think a few other people attended there. We did that, and somehow we got people from all over the world. PSAI person Nirja connected with the GSF people in other countries because Malaysians will not speak at 2 a.m. So we got people from UK and US and Austria who said 2 a.m., 12 a.m., 4 a.m., 6 a.m. we will speak. And they spoke for entire 102 hours. Somebody was there emceeing the thing. Somebody was training. Somebody was talking. Somebody was facilitating. We took turns day and night. We did different things. Now we had issues of time zone and all. And finally we made it. And you know what's the best part? We applied for Malaysian Book of Records and we got Malaysia Book of Records done. Right? We got it, and that's why we did it. And the next best part, we didn't know that when we applied for that, we will be recognized by the Prime Minister of Malaysia and the HR Minister and the other past health minister and all those ministers will be recognized at that event because that week was National Training Week of Malaysia. We didn't expect that. We just wanted to do under 2 hours. That's about it. Nothing fancy about it. But that's it. But we want to do that. But you know what? It took a lot of communication, a lot of messaging, a lot of trusting people, a lot of communicating and expressing what we want, what we expect, be on time. The team did a lot of communication. We had 55 speakers and 23 people day and night working to do all these things and all. And finally, we made it and we were recognized by Malaysia Book of Records. So ladies and gentlemen, when we communicate, when we connect, when we do really good job, we're able to achieve our dreams. Towards the end, I want to ask you finally, one last time, before I end, I got 2 minutes to go. Before I end, to please stand and read with me this. Because this is a poem I read in Maxwell book because I believe it's a really good one. So, all right, I want to read this thing for you. Then this is the second half, I want you to read with me. The first half says, in the land where there are no musicians, in the land where there are no storytellers, teachers and poets, in a land where there are no men and women of vision and leadership, in a land where there are no legends, saints, and champions, in a land where there are no dreamers and people will most certainly perish. But you and I, we are the music makers. We are the storytellers, teachers and poets. We are the men and women of vision and leadership. We are the legends, the saints, and the champions. And we are the dreamers of the dreams. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, because that's what communication does. And have a seat. And yes, we have to learn to communicate in some other's world. For me, coming to Maldives is entering a different world, different culture, different thing. But I'm very confident it will not be the last time. It is the first time. So I definitely want to come. Right? So now it's exactly 2 o'clock. My time is up. You can keep in touch with me on LinkedIn and we can stay in touch. So thank you so much. I will check my phone in a while. So thank you so much. And back to you, Miss MC. I'm done. It's 2 o'clock. It's 2 hours done.
Let's give a huge round of applause for Mr. Srinivas. Thank you for the humorous, power-packed, and a joyful session. On behalf of PCOMA, I would like to extend our deepest gratitude for your exceptional speech In recognition of your valuable contribution, we are honored to present with your certificate of appreciation.
Thank you. Right. Oh, okay. Afia, yes. Okay, one by one. I'm here. Okay. All right. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.